Welcome to SUP Board Guide. Today we're going to be reviewing the iRocker 10-foot all-around, one of our top-rated inflatable paddle boards for 2020, and it's just a fantastic all-around board, great for all flat water conditions. It can be the lake, the river, the ocean, even small surf, or all-day adventures with a ton of cargo and gear paddled up or loaded up. It's a really great, fun board to take out and paddle. The iRocker all-around 10-foot comes with a really nice backpack, nice and padded, fits really well. You can really cinch it up nice and tight, with a total pack weight of just around 34 pounds, it's actually pretty easy to carry if you need to go on a couple-mile hike into like a nice secluded lake or something like that. It really is a nice backpack. As you look on the back, one thing that it does not have is it does not have those wheels. And so there's a good side to that, and that it's lighter and easier to carry. It doesn't hit you kind of back here, and so I really like that. If the wheels are a nice thing for you to have, you can actually add them at iRocker's website, so you can kind of get the best of both worlds. We just really do like this backpack. So now I'm going to kind of unpack the bag, show you everything that's kind of included, but first I wanted to kind of show you a little bit more about the backpack, because iRocker has made some really nice upgrades. First, you've got this nice bungee storage area. And on the sides, you notice iRocker added some extra pouches here. So you have this webbing here that you can store like a drink or some snacks or whatever. And then you've got this nice little pouch on both sides that can store small items, keys, phones, etc. Really nice that they added that. They also have a pouch here in the middle and at the top. So two pouches on the front, two on the side here, and then one on the back that they've actually built in for a new pump that they're going to be kind of launching soon. And so look for that. We're really excited and love that that's included and thought out with the bag setup. And so how I like to store this is in this middle pouch here is where I like to have the repair kit, and the leash is what I like to put there. This top pouch is where I like to keep the fins, just really nice and easy, gives you nice easy access to those. And then on the interior, you'll notice there's a lot of extra space here. It still does cinch down nice and tight if you need to for hiking, etc. But it makes it nice because it's not like a compression stuff sack that it takes forever to get it in there. And so inside, I like to keep the pump and the paddle, right? So the pump, really good, nice quality pump. We'll look at that in a minute. And then the three-piece paddle. And it's all of these things are cinched down really nice with these straps here. And there's actually one up front here that I don't have strapped in, right? So if you want to keep it nice and tight, you can strap that in. And then you've got the board. And that's everything that comes in the backpack. Now I'm going to kind of roll it out and pump it up for you. So now I'm going to unroll the iRocker all-around 10 here, show you kind of what it looks like. There's several different color options, but I really do like this color. So you notice it really packs up really nice and tight. And to pump it up, it's looking at the pump that iRocker gives you in the kit. It's a really good high quality pump. So it's a dual chamber triple action pump. And what that means, turn it over and so you can see there's three different settings, right? Setting one, you'll see two arrows, two going down, two going up. What that means is as you, let me get it connected here. And before I do that really quick, make a quick note. Make sure that this pin is up and closed when you go to connect it, because as you connect it, it's going to depress that pin so air can come in, but when you disconnect it, air is not going to come out. Common mistake that I see, you actually accidentally leave that down and you lose like 4 or 5 psi, which is kind of a pain. So you connect it just like that, real easy connection. And then when you start on setting one, when you pull up, air is actually going in. So it's going in both when you pull up and when you push down from both chambers on setting number one. Setting number two, air does not go in when you pull up, so it's a lot easier to pull it up. It only goes in when you push down, but again, it goes in from those two chambers, so you still get a lot of air volume that goes in there. When it starts to get really kind of hard to pump, you're gonna set it to setting 3. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna turn this into a single chamber, single action pump. So when you pull it up, no air is going to go in. When you push down, air is going to come in, but only from one chamber. And so when you're pumping up the board, it takes about around 10 minutes to kind of pump it up manually. It's really not that bad, but it is an arm workout. I'm not gonna lie to you. One little trick I've done actually is, like, if I've got my kids, I'll stand on one side, they'll stand on another, and kind of get a dual person going. And that makes it really easy. The other thing that I like to do the most is actually just use an electric pump. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you kind of what that looks like. iRocker has a really nice electric pump that pumps this up a lot faster. It only takes about 10 minutes with the pump. So it's actually about the same speed as someone else manually pumping it, but you can sit there and, you know, have a drink while you're watching your board pump up. So same type of thing. You just kind of insert that into the valve, and then you just turn it on and watch the pump kind of do all the work for you. So now we're going to look at kind of the overall shape, the construction, and the features that you get with the iRocker 10-foot all-around. It's a 10-foot board by 32 inches wide in the middle. It tapers down to 16 inches in the tail, and then it's 6 inches thick. And so that shape, kind of how it compares to the 11-foot all-around and the cruiser, is it's a little bit more maneuverable than the 11-foot all-around, but not quite as stable and not quite as fast. And it really is a board that we recommend for people under 5'10". I mean, I'm 5'11" and a half, and I am totally fine. You can definitely ride this if you're a little bit taller, but if you're taller than 5'10", typically we recommend to look at the 11-foot board. Construction-wise, same as the 11-foot. It's a triple layer composite PVC, and the PVC is a bomb-proof, just incredibly well-constructed board, all wrapped around that drop stitch inner core, which is basically just thousands of little threads that when you blow up, they straighten and tighten, and that's what gives the board the shape that it has. And so it makes it more like a river, like a whitewater river raft quality versus like an inflatable blow up. So really high quality construction, really high quality materials, everything you would expect from iRocker. It's 24 pounds, so all of that makes the board 24 pounds. So it is a fairly light board, but it feels nice and solid under your feet. It has a weight capacity of 370 pounds. So I don't necessarily recommend this for like a two-person board if you're both going to try to paddle, but for you and a couple kids, or you and a partner, you're going to be totally fine. If you want to load this up with gear, you can also do that. One thing to note is they went from a 4-layer construction down to the 3-layer this year, and some people have been concerned, is that going to take away from the durability, from the stability, etc.? It actually doesn't. They found that it's just as durable, and that's what we found as well, but it's 20% lighter, so it's a little bit more maneuverable and actually a little bit more fun to paddle. So we think iRocker did a really good job with that. They've also really loaded the all-around this year with a lot of accessories, right? So in total, you'll notice there's 17 D-rings. There's one on the back there. So you can kind of clip into anything that you can possibly think of with the board. There's 3 different handles this year. So the back, the front, and the middle. So launching the board, carrying it to and from, really easy, really nice quality handles. The back part of this board does not have bungee cord storage area, but you got the D-ring. So if you want storage back here, you can absolutely do that with your own, couple dollar bungee. They've also added one area where they've really kind of stepped up their game is on the action mount. So you have 2 action mounts here in the back. You've got 2 action mounts here in the front. I like the location of these ones a little bit better than the back, but it's nice to have those action mounts because you can add GoPros, cup holders, phone holders, fishing rod holders. Just makes the board a lot more all around and more versatile. Just again, really quality board. The deck pad, they've also improved this year. They have this really cool iRocker logo on it that gives it just a little bit of grip. And this specific color, they've broken into 3 different sections, and it just has a really nice look. I really like how they put the little iRocker, stamp kind of right there. It just looks really nice. But bottom line, it's a really nice, comfortable, thick EVA deck pad that you'll really appreciate when you're paddling. Towards the front, this is where you get the large cargo area. And so it's 6 D-rings. So they expanded that a little bit so you can fit a ton of cargo up here. They also have the nice handles. And so these handles are really nice for kids that are a little bit nervous and want something to kind of hold on to as you paddle. Those are really nice. You can take them off if you want, but you definitely don't need to. And again, you have that front handle. So as you can see, it's a really feature-rich board, really well made, and it's a board that you're really gonna like. So now we're going to look at everything that comes included in the kit when you purchase the 10-foot all-around from iRocker. Again, everything you see here comes included, so none of this you have to upgrade or pay for. Although there are a lot of other accessories that you can buy from iRocker if you want. This is all included. So first, the repair kit. Good kind of industry standard repair kit. Inside, you get a couple patches. You also get this wrench that tightens this valve back here, in case it gets a little bit loose. So hold on to this. You don't want to have to try to find something like that at Home Depot. You'd end up probably having to buy it online from iRocker or Amazon. So just good quality repair kit. Just kind of keep it handy in case you need it. We've never needed it, but just in case. The leash that comes is a really nice high quality leash. So it's a coil leash. And so what that does is when you connect it back here to this back D-ring, the coil will keep it out of the water. It'll keep it from getting tangled up. Actually makes it not just faster because you're not dragging it, but it also makes it safer as it's connected to you. I really like how it's a swivel leash. Again, keeps it from getting tangled. Really easy to get off and on with that strap. And there's a nice, in here, a spot for your keys. Just a really good quality, comfortable leash. The bag we've already talked about it. Really nice bag. We like that. Love the pump. We've already kind of shown you that. Paddle. This is something that I did want to talk to you about because iRocker really did shave a couple ounces off of the paddle this year, and it makes a difference. It's a really nice paddle for this kind of cost of a kit. So it's a 3-piece paddle, right? And the shaft is made from a carbon fiber composite blend, and it has a really good feel to it. To be honest, it's pretty tough to tell the difference between this and a full carbon, and it's really nice and light. Where they really did improve is actually on the blade. So it's a nylon blade, but you notice it's nice and thin and it's very lightweight. And that just makes the whole feel of the paddle just extra light. So when you put it together here, right? So the blade you attach, there's just this pin lock system here. You just put that in. Careful, don't smash your fingers. And it just locks into place. So really easy there. And then on this part, the top, you'll notice you lift this up, and there's a pin up there that you're going to push down and kind of clamp it down into these holes. So there's no question of which way does this go, etc. You just slide that in to wherever works for you, and you can clamp it right down. And so if you're out on the water, you notice it's too low, you can raise it really quick, adjust it. I usually like it about 4 or 5 inches above my head, and that's how you put together the paddle. Again, really nice, lightweight. Feels really good, and is actually one of my favorite paddles for this kind of price range of kit. The last thing, we don't want to forget, is the fins. So the iRocker stuck with the snap lock hard nylon fins, good fin, and really easy to install and to take out. They also made them white, which I really love. So let's come in closer and I'll show you how to install the fins. So now I'm going to show you how to install these, again, super cool white fins from iRocker. So it's just a nice little snap lock. So you just put it in this hole up front, push it down. Make sure you push it down from the end. If it's up a little bit, it's not going to kind of snap together and you're going to lose the fin. So push it down and then you snap it into place. It's really nice and sturdy there. Same with the side fins, just down and in. I mean, a 5-year-old can install these. We've never had any of them come loose or be lost. Really nice sturdy fin. And they really went with this instead of doing a US fin box just because it's easier. And that's what 95+% of all their customers said that they wanted. Something you can install. When you take them down, it's just the opposite. You just pull it out. And so within, I don't know, 10 seconds, you're ready to go out on the water. Really good quality fin. We really like that. So when we're talking about performance of the iRocker all around, one of the reasons why we do rate it so highly is just how well it performs out on the water. When we're looking at performance, we look at stability, maneuverability, kind of tracking and glide. And so I wanted to kind of go through that with you and then also kind of compare it to some of the other iRockers to kind of help you decide if this is the right board for you. From a stability standpoint, it's 32 inches wide. You've got that really high weight capacity. It's a really rock solid, stable board. Great for beginners. Again, we generally recommend the 10-foot all-around for people under 5'10", just because that 10-foot length, that we found that just a little bit extra volume that you get from the 11-foot board is just a little bit better for taller people and heavier individuals. But I mean, if you're 250 pounds, you can still paddle this board really well. So really good quality stable board, which is really nice for beginners, but it's not slow to where you can't improve your skills. You know, it's still it's a maneuverable board. It's a little more maneuverable than the 11-foot would be, and definitely more maneuverable than the cruiser. Not quite as maneuverable as the sport, but it's a fun board. So if you wanted to kind of take it out on small surf, paddle around the lake, you know, as you can see, it turns really easily and just lets you kind of just have a lot of fun with it. When you kind of get a little more advanced, you want to do kind of that back step turn. Because you have that a little bit extra width in the tail, it also makes that a little bit easier, you know, as you just kind of step back, right? You just put a little weight on the back there, lift up that nose just a little bit, and by lifting that up, as you can see, you can kind of just turn on a dime. And it's kind of fun to kind of practice, kind of both going back and stepping back up like that. So it's nice and easy, a little bit easier if you do it a little quicker, but just a really good, solid, maneuverable board. It tracks and glides really well too. I really like the rocker line and the fin setup. You know, those 3 hard nylon fins do a great job of keeping the board nice and straight as you paddle, as you can see. And the slight rocker in the front and slight rocker in the back. What that does, you'll notice as I paddle, it's not pushing a lot of water from the front, right? So that helps you with the glide. And iRocker's just done a really good job on the design. The tail, a little bit less rocker than the front, but it's not pulling a ton of water. And so you really can kind of get up and get moving on this board, especially since it's a little lighter than some of the other iRockers, nicely and quickly. And so it's the tracking and the glide on the board really is nice, and we really like that. So kind of where this is positioned in the iRocker lineup, it is that all-around board. So if you want to take it on lakes, oceans, small surf, you know, river type stuff, it's a great board. We do recommend it for people that are under 5'10", and it's going to be just, when you're comparing it against the 11-foot, it's going to be a little bit quicker, or sorry, not quicker, it's going to be a little more maneuverable. It's not actually going to be as quick or as stable as the 11-foot. That extra length adds a little bit of stability, but it also kind of just, as you get going, takes a little bit longer to get going, but then in overall, it's a little bit faster. Definitely faster than the cruiser, not quite as fast as the sport. So if you're someone under 5'10", looking for a good all-around board, this would be one of our top picks for this year. And it's just a board that we really do love. As you can kind of see, we really do love the iRocker 10-foot all-around, especially for those paddlers who are under 5'10" and are looking for a good all-around board that is very maneuverable and it's just a ton of fun in a lot of different conditions. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below. There's also a link to buy the board at iRocker. Also another link that goes to our full in-depth written review where you can see really good pictures and just as much information as we can share with you about the board. So if you have any questions, just please let us know, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and let us know if there's any other videos that you'd like us to do.